Yeah. At about 700 right now for the day, I think.
So yesterday 1,700 today.
Yeah, yesterday was 1,100 and 700 right now. Yeah. Average selling price around 40 for both days.
Nice. That's solid. And
Yeah.
Do you know what your average buy cost is?
For those, I mean, on yesterday, I dropped for OA flips. I dropped about 200. The rest, some of it was mixed from a guy I buy stuff, and you probably think you spoke to him. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I bought like 600 books from him at one time. So $2 roughly cost on those, but just from the strictly OA books was 200 on my buy cost. Over 100% ROI on those. Yeah, on the OA flips, probably over on average from the ones I sold yesterday.
Heck yeah. What up, a bear?
What's up, a bear? It's a pretty sweet ride in that picture.
Yeah,
I like that.
Fit a lot of books in there.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I got a Malibu. It's not the best. Not. If I knew what I'd be doing books when I got my car, I'd be different. Makes picking up Gaylords hard. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Dude, I fit a Gaylord and a half in my Corolla back in the day.
Yeah. There's a guy around here. He advertises Gaylords. He's being a little tough to get a hold of, but I think I'm picking up another one on. What's up, Brian?
Brian Fisher out in Vegas, Books and Beyond is going down soon. Brian Fisher will be there, and Caleb Roth. Ooh. What's up, Elliot? Hey, Elliot. Wow. Elliot's his son.
That's I'm humbled. That's where I started watching videos with Caleb Roth.
Yep. He'll get you into it.
Sure did. It was like
an MLM scheme. You got me into this shit. Now I'm teaching everyone.
It was quick, man. It was one of those things where you're like, it just starts making sense, and it just didn't stop. And you're like, all right, let's go. And then here we are. Yeah. I mean, I'm 13, 14 months later now. So.
And for those of you just joining, Spencer Andrew did his first $1,000 day yesterday, $1,100 day.
Yeah, 1,100.
He's at 700 sales today. Textbook season's picking up. I bet you hit like a 2 or 3 or 4 grand day during textbook season. What are your inventory levels at?
I got about at least 50. I mean, it's textbooks probably around like 50 or so, maybe more. Strictly, I bought a lot of. Not recommending necessarily do this, but I mean, we could go deeper. But a good chunk of University Casebook series books, mix of current edition or the newest edition is out now, but it just released, and the old edition, I got a lot of them super cheap. I also so like probably 50 or so OA books of that, and then I also I live right around University of Texas at Austin, so checking Marketplace all day throughout the summer. I probably picked up at least another 15 or so from students. So they'll sell them for 40, 50 bucks, you know.
He said, a bear says his dad bought it in 98 and he bought it from him 3 years ago. Dang.
It's a pretty rad looking ride. I love that.
Yeah. It's like a limousine.
Yeah. It's an eye catcher for sure.
So whatever questions y'all have, drop them below. We got Andrew here for the next 30 minutes or so. We'll answer whatever questions you guys have about selling books on Amazon. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you got started and kind of what you're doing now?
Yeah, sure. So was a kind of a short period of watching videos, trying to get used to it. When I kind of see something, I kind of buy all in if I'm going to do it. So right out the gate, I bought a listing software, bought a Rolo printer, scanner, pretty much everything to get set up. And then obviously, when you're starting, you're trying to do proof of concept. So I did your usual stuff. I went to go Goodwills, just Googled thrifts everywhere. I bet like every day. I mean, I was just trying to build up inventory because quickly learned it's, you want to sell, you got to build up inventory. But I still work a 9-to-5 job, so I get off around 5:30. So it'd be my Goodwills close at 8. So every day going to making the rounds to Goodwills, kind of learning the areas. Thrift stores, I was on Marketplace every day, looking for books, trying to pick up, posting free pickups on Nextdoor, like all the stuff you see in like the intro videos, what to do, I was doing, and then kind of just grab it as much as I could. I mean, I cleared out like elementary school library, which elementary school books aren't the greatest, but it was all free and I was new. So really started just doing your traditional kind of thrift store stuff and building up inventory. Definitely a learning curve in the beginning as to what to send in, what not, how to read Scout IQ and what it's telling you. Kind of would like to think, thank you, Bobby. Would like to think that a little bit smarter now on how to read it. Certainly will accept some books that it'll tell me to reject and vice versa. Will reject books it tells me to accept. But now got into OA stuff a few months ago. Was watching a lot of Joji Davenport and Victor Gallegos. BookMine, also tried out their software for a bit, using Keepa deals often. So a mix now. Also, I work with a good guy, kind of buying some inventory from him at a certain price. It's a bit of a different setup, but it's also it's working. So a few different sources now. Online arbitrage, Keepa deals a lot. I'm fortunate to have a Goodwill outlet very close to me that has books super cheap. Of course, it's always hit or miss when you go to those, but it's a numbers game with that. If you go often enough and you go enough, you're gonna get stuff. I'd say I probably average about 150 books a week from there. 150 books a week. And for that, I mean, it's five books for a buck. So we're talking $30 for 150 books. And it's a mix. I mean, anywhere from, like I said, super fast sellers, $3 profit. If it's like a 151 e-score higher, I think you got to be kind of confident if you're going to try to flip a $3 profit book. You got to know it's going to sell, but a mix, man. It'll go all the way up from, there's textbooks in there. There's obscure books. So consistency is the key in whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Set a goal for yourself. I've got a little whiteboard on there. I need, at least 500 more books in the next 3 weeks. I'm marking it off when I go. So just consistency, whatever. There's obviously
what are those 500 books going to equate to in profit? Do you have like a profit goal or sales goal attached to those 500?
I don't know. I mean, my goal is just 500 books, but it's typically my average selling price from what I've been doing the whole year right now is $26. Has been my average selling price from the sources I've been doing it. I mean, if you snapshotted the last month, it would certainly be a lot higher. But $26 average selling cost. And usually my average buy cost is going to hover probably around $2 for the most part. That's kind of excluding OA and stuff, of course, but just some goals and being consistent. I mean,
we got a bear asking, I have 50 books. I just got to get labels out, printer ink, so I can send them to FBA. I do recommend using a Rolo printer. You don't have to pay for printer ink, and it'll pay for itself. You can get free labels for life from UPS, and you'll pay like a penny per label, but then you never have to pay for ink. And an ink cartridge is like, that's going to be $80. Yeah, there it is, Rolo right there. A good book or new book. Sell new books at your own risk, but I don't think selling new books is any riskier than selling used books. I've been selling books for 10 plus years now, and everyone I've seen get in trouble for selling used books everyone I've seen get in trouble for selling books have been used books, not new books. But just make sure it's actually new condition. And then about proof of purchase, if you're going to play this the super safe way, I would get a bulk invoice from a Goodwill every 6 months. That way you have 180 days from when you sell a book to when you can use the invoice. And if you ever get, asked for authenticity on like a free book or something, you can get the Goodwill invoice and then go to Goodwill and say, hey, here's a book that Amazon is asking me about. Could you guys honor that I purchased bulk books from you guys? And they'll say yes, most likely, and then you can upload that invoice. And we have known for those invoices to work if you get counterfeit claims. So that's like a high level, like next level thing to do. But if you're going to be extremely cautious, that's the way to do it. Alternatively, or additionally, what you could do is, let's just say you got free books from your neighbor. You can make an invoice for a penny and just put books, have their name, address information, whatever, have your name that matches your Amazon account. And there's free apps out there to create invoices, have them sign real quick, and pay them a penny. So that's those are two ways to kind of protect yourself against the invoice situation. Do you want to talk a little bit about your online arbitrage books? Because a lot of people have been either they've enrolled in the Amazon to Amazon class, master class, or they've been watching a lot of my content about it. And you're selling a few thousand from online arbitrage flips. So
yeah.
you probably watched your video that we shot.
I don't
You're a natural in that video. You just went after. I'm like, dang, take it away.
Oh yeah, let's go. I mean, I got exposed to it with like really how more so the game of online arbitrage of books, I think from Victor and Joji originally. At least looking into their videos and stuff. And they recommend using Keepa Deals a lot. I did use their software BookMine, which was fantastic. Kind of like anything, you got to be pretty, I would say, fairly quick, but there's so many books on there. But familiarity with Keepa is going to be probably number one, at least I would say, in terms of looking. If you've never been to Keepa Deals, I would say, go on there, set some metrics. There's plenty of videos where you can see some basic templates in terms of like what sales rank do you want to have? What price are you looking to purchase at? Are you looking at a week time frame, a month, day? But just start exploring. I mean, you could probably go on there right now and find something within like 10 minutes.
Dude, it's addicting, man.
It is, seriously. Been doing it at my day job often. I have a Keepa Deals tab pulled open.
What are your go-to settings on Keepa Deals?
I like to stick with stuff that does sell kind of quick. So I'll start with like anywhere from even 300,000 to like 500,000 is my max sales rank. I'll typically stick to, I'll mix up my intervals. I'll go with like a week, day, not usually like a month. And then I like to sort by newest. I also like to configure the columns to where I can see the used offer count. So I can kind of quickly pinpoint which books don't have 30, 40 offers on there, because that generally also correlates to not really a great purchase. So
how do you do that? Where's that filter?
If you have your Keepa Deals set, if you look on the top left, there's a configure columns button, and generally like the default Keepa settings will have a ton of stuff clicked on that I really don't need. I'm really looking for like the title. I'll do like 30-day average. I'll do current use price, 30-day average use price. I'll also have the new price set there because I typically want to see a higher new price versus use price. And I'll stick to sales rank is in there as well. But I mean, that's
so where is this at?
So you just got to get to, is this your screen? Oh, we have a different layout. I don't see the pictures like that.
This is Keepa Deals.
Yeah, I have mine set to
table. You have it on table.
Yeah, I do table. And then there it is, little configure columns right above the on the top left of your screen right now. But right above buy box used. Yeah, you were just on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can click in or out of anything you want there.
So you'll include, what did you say?
I'll have like 30-day average use price, current use price. I'll probably have 30-day use or buy box price. I'll have the drop percentage like you have on the right side of the screen there. I'll usually just do it for whatever interval I'm looking. So if I'm doing 1 day intervals, I'll just do the 1 day drop, and then I just like to keep it like clean, and so it's a really quick process.
This is interesting filter. Out of stock for 30 days.
Yeah. There's I mean, don't sleep on the really low e-score books. I've been selling a lot of those recently, like 1, 2s that are just, the current offers are priced too high. So nobody's buying it.
Oh, this isn't, you just see only the sales rank. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you said you would filter the sales rank by 300 to 500,000. Where's that filter?
Bottom left, scroll down a little bit. It's going to be on the bottom left. Right there under, just above on the top, right above the apply filters. Yeah, right there, sales rank.
Okay,
I'm pointing as if I'm going to get my finger on
it.
Yeah, I like to start low just because, I mean, why not? If something's going to sell quicker. But even when doing this, if I come across books that are not currently at the price I want, it's worth it to take an extra 15 seconds, go in there and set up keep a tracker alert for the price that you do want. So it's not wasted time if you're not buying, because you're setting yourself up for purchases later. I mean, I don't know how many Keepa alerts I get every day, but it's quite a bit.
Yeah, something I like about BookMine is that it does show like the screenshots of the Keepa graph.
Yeah, it's super nice. I mean, obviously have the Keepa pop-up filter or whatever it is, the pop-up on there so you can hover like you're doing. And then, yeah, really it's just scrolling through them and looking at the Keepa chart and just scrolling through Keepa charts. It's not even really, I mean, it is looking at the numbers too, but the first reference point is going to be a Keepa chart that looks good. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Dude, it's addicting. Like I always,
it is.
Yeah, I would like sourcing, whether it's like online arbitrage or traditional online arbitrage or wholesale, even. Yeah. Like you feel like you're making money when you're doing it.
Yeah,
those are always like the hardest task for me to stop doing.
I know. It's almost like when I get the inventory or I get stuff, I'm like, oh, I gotta ship this out now. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I already bought it. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Older Dymo 450s and 4XL sell for more than newer models, but they can run aftermarket labels. Yeah. That just shows how shitty of a company Dymo is, in my opinion. The fact that you have to buy an older, crappier brand because it works better because they've programmed their software not to be compatible with the cheapest labels. Whereas Rollo, you can use whatever labels you want. That's why we like Rollo.
No bueno.
Midwest Treasure Chest says something very interesting just happened today. I was not approved for a publisher a few days ago, but I was able to list a book with them and approved for FBA. Good reminder to rescan. Yep.
Yeah.
Happens all the time. Auto-engating.
Yep. Yeah, those restricted books, either send them into like restricted inventory, or if you want, hang on to them and, keep them for later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grind hard, well done, sir, and welcome to
restrictedinventory.com. We'll sell your textbooks at 50-50 split. You send us the textbooks. We'll check to see if they're counterfeit or not. And if they're not, we'll send them to Amazon FBA, pay you 50% of profit. We've paid out one guy $30,000 over the years, Vishal Muti. He's on the main website. So if you guys have restricted textbooks, send them our way.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's pretty
cool. We got a $20 super chat. He says, welcome to the book selling world. Next round's on me.
Dang. Cheers. Thank you, sir. Inspiration from the start, honestly.
Take a screenshot of that, and next time you see him in person, like, hey, you.
Here, I'll actually do it. There we go.
In addition to the $20, the $20 for me. Or I could send you half after the show's over.
No, honestly, that's awesome. You're in here, Caleb. That's pretty cool.
Shout out, Caleb. Welcome, and thanks for the Genius Software Scout IQ. You the man.
Yeah. Cool Scout IQ.
Luis Rosman channel has a lot of rants about technology, obsolescence, and right to repair. I'm not even sure what he's talking about.
Not sure.
You know what he's talking about?
I'm not sure. No. Doesn't mean it's not interesting, but I'm not sure.
Is it Section 3 really scary? 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I would watch the video that me and David shot on how to protect yourself from account shutdowns and what to do if your account does get shut down. But basically, a Section 3 is they want to prove it's more so for like wholesale people. They want to prove that your suppliers are legit, that you are not a scammer. So they do video calls with you. They check your invoices, all that stuff. And for booksellers, what we found is like if you get a bulk purchase from like a thrift store, Goodwill specifically, that they will honor that. So making Dymo obsolete through software. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan. I don't even like when Apple programs their chargers not to work. I just think it's bad innovation. I guess Avery gets the money. He better split it.
On you to it, man. It's a pro bono interview here,
Hey, I already bought Andrew drinks. It's your turn, Caleb. I bought you a coffee, right? Or did you buy me one?
This is true. I don't remember. You graced me with your presence. It was a nice day.
One of us paid for it.
Yeah.
Hey, time. Caleb, please bring back Books and Bourbon. You heard it. Start a podcast, Caleb. Hey, Caleb cut his hair.
Yeah.
He looks like this again.
Bourbon remix.
I don't know if you guys ever saw him, but his hair was long for a while.
True Colorado style. I got a lot of family out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's in Indiana now.
It's always
eBay to Amazon. Yeah, eBay to Amazon's great. Steve's literally pumping out like 150K profit each year.
That's one thing I'll say. If you're doing A-to-A flips, take a second, check it on eBay first.
Yeah.
Oftentimes,
I was thinking about it today. Like A-to-A is pretty safe because if Amazon does an authenticity complaint, it's literally an Amazon invoice. Like you can say, hey, if this is fake, this is who I got it from.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it'll hold up, but I was asking Victor about it today. Victor Galejos, and he said he's never once had someone get their account suspended from an A-to-A flip and it not work uploading the invoice. So
that would be the ultimate kind of Amazon stick it to you if they denied an Amazon invoice.
exactly. I bought it from your marketplace and you're
It
not
would not
accepting
surprise me, but
my invoice.
you know, I woke up to a policy warning the other day. I listed it was what looked like a book, although it was technically in the kitchen and dining category. The brand owner kicked everybody off. I mean, nothing really came from it, but
Yeah.
a little scary.
Most of the time, IP complaints are not that big of a deal, but the ones that are a big deal are a big deal. Did you use BookMine yet? Yes, I have. It's a good software. Similar to eFlip in the sense that when I use it, I feel like the pressure that everyone else is looking at the leads I'm looking at. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got to get this now. I got to get this now. So kind of like Andrew was saying, you should probably be setting Keepa, what's it called? The
Alerts. Yeah.
Keep alerts whenever you're sourcing. But I found some really good stuff on BookMine. I think with BookMine, and you've done more online book arbitrage lately than I have, but I think with BookMine, you can find good deals faster, but then you run out of deals to find it faster as well. So like you can find pretty good deals if the database was just updated and you're scrolling through. But Keepa deals is always up to date, but it's not going to be as you don't have as many filters to set.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think any software that gets introduced and starts having eyes on it, it's like anything, it's going to be competitive. So it's not, we're all hunting for the same finite resources. So, more eyes on it, the quicker it's going to go. But not everybody might have the knowledge you might have as a user. So there might be things you see that others don't. I think BookMine was a great. If you don't have it, try out the free trial.
Yeah,
the trial is fantastic. Like, I mean, it's right there. I will say, yeah, it does update it. I was refreshing to, within the last hour or so or last half day. But it's a great teaching tool, even if you use it for the free trial. I mean, it'll show you like, hey, here's what a good Keepa chart looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like a good way to learn. I think it's certainly worth trying out. But yeah.
I got a video dropping on it in the next few days where I was using it to source.
Yeah, no, I mean, what they did was awesome putting that together. It's a fantastic resource.
Brian Fisher is a Books and Bourbon fan.
It seems like you got to bring it back.
I need to watch the Whatnot video. I'm on there. I got like 1.4K sales. Nice, but I haven't streamed in over a year.
Yeah, nice. Whatnot seems to be taking off. I need to get in that.
Yeah, man. I think a certain type of person with a certain type of setup is going to excel. But if you have a bunch of duds, if you find out how to make a live stream show go well, I think it is something where you can crank out 50 to 100 to even more per hour. There's this one lady, she makes $600 per show.
I saw your email this morning. Was it about somebody? Was that her? Or?
No, she's different. She followed me. She got started because of me. She did 8,000 in sales last 30 days from Whatnot.
Wow.
That's like $6,000 profit. This other lady, she I don't know who it was, but Sophia was telling me about her. Sophia and Aaron, they were on my channel recently, and they said she did 600. She does 600 per show, and then Resale Maven did 100,000 last year.
Oh yeah. I think Joe, he recommended her. It's insane. Yeah.
Kitman says the Whatnot video is great. Need Riz for Whatnot. Yeah.
What's up, George?
What up, George? Ray Parker wants a Books and Bourbon remix.
I mean, I don't think you have a choice now. It seems you gotta go. You gotta do it. Did I miss the Books and Bourbon train? I must have. I'm in the dark here. I know I've heard of it, but I can't recall it.
Yeah, I think they probably actually didn't do it all last year, or did they? I think they ran it for a little bit last year.
I know the name. I know Books and Bourbon, but I don't.
Yeah, Caleb, David, Matthew ran it, and
Classic.
Towards the end, they just talked about whatever they wanted to, which honestly is like more entertaining for me.
Yeah, I'd be into that. Yeah, good time to look for seasonal Christmas books right now, if not already. Certain collectible genres are very saturated.
I've heard you can list collectible books higher dollar books collectible and you don't get the high pricing error.
Oh, Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Like if you're getting a lot of high pricing errors, just list the book as collectible. That's what some people are doing.
you don't have to have it sent back to you. You can change it in Seller Central.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Nice.
You just got to use the same. You can. It depends. Sometimes you can just default. You have to delete the original listing. It'll go to stranded.
Relist as collectible.
Relist is collectible. You just have to use the same exact FN SKU that you used, which it'll default fill that in.
Gotcha.
It doesn't just copy paste, but it'll give you an error. It'll give you an error saying you can't do it, but just ignore that, and it should list again in 15 minutes or so.
George is asking, do you think Whatnot is very time consuming? I do think it's time consuming, but it could be worth it. Like if you're making $100 a show, that's probably worth it. You know, I would do it as often as possible. And it's one of those things you could delegate too. Like if it's working really well, it's probably one of those things you just do more for fun. And then if it takes off, it takes off. But like if you have a bulk book operation, you could put somebody in the corner with the best books you think would sell well on Whatnot and just have like a table filled with books, you know, like this, and just go over them and sell them to different people.
I think I don't want to speak for them, but Sophia and Aaron, I believe, were doing Whatnot, and I think they did a little video where they have Booksy Pro, their software that has different gates. It'll scan it, it'll tell you what it's for, and I think they have a Whatnot setting on there.
Oh, they do.
I believe so. Again, I don't want to speak for them, but I believe I did meet.
That's interesting.
Once, and I think they're using that. Yeah.
It depends on how you do Whatnot, but the people do well spend more time on it from what I've seen, which is very little. Yeah, you guys should give it a go.
I would think, yeah, Funko Pops, those are crazy. I saw some videos on there. I would think if Whatnot, you probably want to have a good setup, like, get your whatever, wherever you're going to record, have that set up. But I think if you have a nice rhythm and you eventually get into it, it's probably not too time consuming after your initial setup stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I think some YouTubers think it's all about like a nice setup to like get views, but then you get like the person in their garage with a bunch of eBay shit in the background and they have like 1,000 people on their live streams. So like, don't overthink it. Just turn the camera on and see what happens.
Yeah.
Whatnot, the volume seems rather low. It just depends, man. Depends how many viewers you have. Depends how much Riz you have.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you have to justify the condition of a collectible? No, you don't. Amazon doesn't know a collectible. Half the people listing collectible don't know what it means. Where's my phone at?
Yeah, you'll go and I'll look at other offers. It'll just be a random hardback book about it. Could even be fiction, and it's like modern day fiction as collectible. I don't know why.
Just watch the Resell Maven today YouTube video. Yeah. I'm interviewing her hopefully tomorrow. We'll see if that goes through.
Nice. Let's watch that.
I sold a $180 Funko Pop with Flip My Nice.
Wow.
Also, StockX is a good spot to get cheap items like Legos to flip on Amazon.
Ooh, watch that invoice maybe on StockX. I don't know.
Yeah.
StockX.
Don't think that'll hold up.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a shipment through Seller Central, do you think it matters if I choose West, Central, East Coast? Absolutely. I live in California. If it's cheaper, I choose West Coast. Yeah, I would definitely do West Coast. If you live on the West Coast. Otherwise, you're going to be paying more for shipping. You could try and manipulate the system. Maybe there's faster check-in times, but it's got to go across the whole damn country to get checked in on the East Coast.
Yeah, I talk with the guy almost every day. He's another guy selling books. He lives in California, and he had his I think he had his default settings to the East Coast. I don't think he knew it first, and it was longer check-in times, more expensive shipping, and he switched it up. And yeah.
Gov Deals experiences. I think I have maybe in the past, or I've at least done Gov Deals where somebody else maybe found the deal and I helped them out with it. Have you done Gov Deals at all?
I have not, no.
You guys can go to govdeals.com, look for, you probably want to look for pallets of textbooks on there, but they have good liquidations on there. And you never know, you might come across like a whole library or a college bookstore, and those can be very lucrative.
Everything's worth trying out.
Yeah. I mean, if you get a big haul of books, you can make 10 grand in a weekend. That can be misleading. I can see where that long-term collectible would be good if it has picks. If not, let's all do collectible and make more money. I don't know if collectibles sell slower or not, but
you don't have to buy box, but
you can't get buy box.
I don't believe you get buy box with collectibles.
Oh,
I mean, I sold one today for $95 as collectible, but typically if I'm going to buy something, knowing I'm buying it with the intention of knowing I'm going to list it as collectible, and I'm checking the offer counts. I'm not going to I'm not going to buy a book I want to sell at $75 where I have to list as collectible and there's 30 more offers on it below me. You're never going to get the buy box and never get seen. So
Gotcha.
Source with that intention of listing as collectible.
Clutch. Josh says, sweet, thanks. Ray Parker says, I dropped hundreds, if not thousands, of dud books, CDs, DVDs to Goodwill each month. So I'm gonna give Whatnot a try and see what happens. Yeah. So like before you go, or as you're packing the duds in boxes, I would just like get a camera, get your phone, get a cheap little tripod, something like this. Probably something that's more bendy, so you can go like over top. Or this actually can go down. You guys look. You can put the phone and it can actually angle down like that. And then as you're packing books in box, you could either talk to them. You'll probably make more money if you talk to them, or maybe not. Just go like this, put it in the box, put it in. I don't know. That's an idea I would have, or just lay them all on the table. But that would take more time.
Ray, do you not have any used bookstore employees you want to put to work scanning all your inventory and give you some credit?
Or kids. Yeah, if you're gonna have someone do it, I would just split the pot with them. I would say, hey, look, you're gonna go live. Whatever you make $100, I'll give you 50. I think that's fair, because I think Whatnot's one of those things where you do have to have a little bit of creativity. What prep center do you prefer? I'm in Illinois. There's Central Virginia Prep. I've heard really good things about them, and Little Owl Prep is also good. Midwest Flipper says, for inbound placement fees, I always choose the closest, but I have to play a waiting game for facility transfers. Seems to take quite a while to process and be available for sale. Yep. Just wait till Q4. It's going to get worse.
There's two settings. You can choose closest, but you're also determining if you're doing minimal, partial, or optimized splits. I'm assuming that's probably taking longer if you're not doing optimized.
Maybe.
You might have.
I don't know if check-in times would be. I think what would be optimized with Amazon optimized splits is your inventory would be in warehouses where they're low in stock. I think that's what it would correlate to. I don't even know if it would correlate to faster sell through. Theoretically, I think it should.
I think my understanding was if you're doing partial, it's basically like, I don't know. I was thinking it was like Amazon has its final destination determined already. Mm-hmm. So if you're doing like minimal or partial, you're saying, I only want to box it up to one warehouse. From there, Amazon will take it and send it to its final destination.
Maybe. I think there's a much higher chance of fulfillment center transfers if you do minimal splits. Mm-hmm. But who knows? Maybe they'll just say screw it. And maybe they're charging that extra fee because now they have to ship further or whatever. They're not as close to the customer. I think a big part of it too is they want to be super close to the customers. So when your book sells, it can just go out the door and go right down the road. Yeah. Ray needs to be doing sell back your book, etc. Yeah, maybe there's lots of ways to monetize your duds. Yeah. But I think Whatnot's pretty cool. And the books that sell good on Sell Back Your Book might not sell well on Whatnot. Probably the best books that sell on Whatnot are like fast-selling fiction books.
Yeah, probably.
Josh says, what do you think about registering to sell government agencies? I received an email from Amazon to register, but I want to do my research before applying. Do you know what he's talking about?
I think it's like a 889 credential, I want to say, or something. I believe you can sell to them. I'm not sure.
Is that the liquidation thing or is that something different?
I want to say it's something different, but I haven't gone that deep into it. I've seen that email and I haven't really looked into it too much.
Okay. Interesting.
It would almost seems like it would be something you might know of if you have that kind of inventory. But,
gotcha. Yeah. Well, people say good things about the liquidation program. So
yeah, I'm going to check that out myself.
Amazon's done some crazy stuff over the years. Years ago, they used to give you free removals or disposals. So you could just dispose of as much inventory as you wanted.
That would have been nice.
That was pretty wild. So they would have like 1 month of free removals. We got Max Ruback in the house. Whatnot is game changer if you learn the right type of books to sell. Max, what type of books do you sell and Whatnot? I'm interviewing Resell Maven tomorrow, so we're going to find out. But and how much have you sold of Whatnot, Max? Max's whole house is just filled with collectible items and books. He's down in Florida. He's like he's like the character in. You ever play Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Like when you need to go get your guns and you have to go see that like one guy and he's got like gun shack. He's got like all these. He's got the bullets. He's got like the cannonballs. He's got every different type of. He's got the little. That's Max, but he's for rare books. Like you go in his house and he's just got like all these rare books all over the place. And like just weird glass items. Like he knows how to flip everything. This man flipped a large collection of golf books. Somebody called him. They were going to dispose of them. They were outside of a golf course, and they were next to the dumpster. Somebody knew that Max flipped books, and they called him. Max was able to find a buyer, and he sold them for 40 grand. And I think Max got them for free. I don't even think he paid for them. So
Wow. Incredible.
Max knows his stuff. I don't think Whatnot is for duds. It is for duds, Junkman. If a book is not profitable on Amazon, it is a dud. So the fastest selling books on Amazon are oftentimes duds to us. The books that people want to read, Harry Potter, Twilight, these books, people want them. They're duds to us, but other people, they'll pay $1 or $2 for them, you know. Sophia says, please do not drop your duds to Goodwill. Probably she's buying from Goodwill. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
What
value.
you need to say is don't drop them at our Goodwill.
Yeah.
I've been looking for employees, but in my area, not too many close by. Yeah, well, look on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or not Facebook Marketplace. I would just ask your Facebook friends. Have you posted on Facebook, Ray? I'd put a Facebook post out. Hey, I need help. Does anyone have a teenager? Does anyone want some part-time work? And see if someone's willing to help out. What's up, Aspen? Says thanks for
Aspen. Shout out to you.
You talked to her? Oh, she's out near you?
No, we're not near each other, but we communicate with each other
in the Facebook groups. Yeah, she's a little hustler.
Very much so.
Recycle them, then donate to libraries, but not to Goodwill.
Keep them out of the flow of books.
Yeah. They had somebody the other day going through stocks of books, and they just show it to the camera and be like, say one, if you want this book, you could do that as your packing book and buy. Yeah, I think incorporating it into your packing process is going to be the most efficient way to do it. Maybe not the most lucrative way to do it, but probably the most efficient. With Whatnot, it's about keeping people engaged. I've had a lot of people buy items just to support the stream. Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's definitely much of a selling platform, but also a personality.
Exactly. Yeah, so if you're cute, you could probably make a lot more money on there.
Yeah, true.
I do sell back your book and have a Gaylord almost ready to go, but I still have lots of duds left over that I think folks want. So thinking on, yeah. I mean, monetizing duds is one of those things where you can spend a lot of time thinking about it. You can put a lot of processes in place to do it. And sure, it will increase your bottom line that you keep. But you have to look at like how much time and resources are you dedicating to that you could just be dedicating to finding more good books to sell FBA or your main sales channel, which is probably Amazon FBA. So don't waste too much time on it. Like systematize it, find out what's good, sell back your book. Maybe you have a Whatnot corner. Maybe you have somebody that pays money for your books to be recycled. And then that's it. Don't have like 20 different buyback companies that you just overcomplicate it. And now you're wasting an extra 5 hours. You have to either do it yourself or you're paying somebody else to do.
I think your time really becomes valuable and you don't want to waste, as long as you're putting yourself to work, if that 5 hours can be spent better probably. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We saw Maven has some good Whatnot videos. And I'll be interviewing her tomorrow. Know the market for Whatnot. It isn't what most think. Yeah, I don't know much about Whatnot, admittingly. He says, I will do 11K this month on Whatnot. Nice.
All right.
I got to interview you.
Yeah, I was going to say, Max should be up here.
Yeah, we should shoot some more vids, Max.
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Is Bill going to be at Books and Beyond? Yep. One of these days I have to check out his warehouse. Yeah. He'll probably let you come see it.
Wonder where in Illinois. I just moved from Illinois. Grew up there.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying that. What part?
Central Illinois, where I grew up. I lived in Chicago for 13 years.
Because my family's from Decatur and my dad's from Champaign.
That's right. I forgot about it. Yeah, I was 45 minutes south there.
Gotcha.
Like Springfield area.
What's the name of it?
Chatham.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've probably driven through there. Is it 51? Does that go through there?
Sorry, what?
Highway 51?
It goes around it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How high profit cherry pickers continue to succeed with all the bulk and mega sellers always selling for pennies or nickels for profit? You want to talk a little bit about that? You actually make money from those guys. So
yeah. I mean, for when you're sourcing, have your trigger set up. I mean, I sell on listings all the time with mega sellers. They don't always, if they're getting in a repricing war, let them get in a repricing war and let them sell each other out. I mean, from like people like this, mega sellers, that's who I buy my OA flips from. I mean, because they'll go low. If you're going to be cherry picking out in like thrift stores and stuff, I mean, I'm assuming you have a scanning app, Scout IQ. I mean, there's plenty of room to make profit on books, even if mega sellers are on them. They're not necessarily in the business of losing money. But I mean, they might have books priced too low, but check your e-score, check your sales score, make sure it's a quick selling one and hold your price high.
Yeah.
I mean,
cherry pickers, you should know what you want to sell the book for. You need to understand the data. You need to understand e-score, sales rank, FBA competition, all that. And then you can't make a non-profitable book profitable, but you should understand your data. And over time, like it'll be second nature what you should price the book for.
Yeah, it's gonna be, there's plenty of room even with mega sellers.
Just don't go like we're not talking about high ranked books. If there's 40 offers and it's 2 million plus and it's $10, it's a pass. You shouldn't have bought it in the first place. So make sure you're not buying bad books in the first place. That's a big point that a lot of people screw up. High e-score red books are good for whatnot. Nice. Non-barcode fiction, niche subjects.
Got several of those.
Junkman says he disagrees. I have to bring you on the channel and you guys can have a debate. Untrue. Whatnot does well with high e-score, but red.
Red, like literally colored red. Just like a red book.
Are you? Yeah. You're saying red or non-profitable?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Put my book shows Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. I need to actually tune into one of those. I'm gonna follow you and whatnot. What's your name? Or do you want to share your name, Max? Everyone might copy you if you drop that handle. My numbers are transparent. I post them. Yeah, the thing about Whatnot is Max doesn't even post them. Whatnot posts them. They show how much you've made, which is interesting.
I'm buying into Max here. Max is convincing me to check out Whatnot.
Yeah, 11,000 last 30 days at like an 80% margin is hard to. It's hard to not get your attention. For the last 2 weeks, running books on Whatnot, average 6 hours a day. It's great. You can't imagine what sells. Might be able to sell your cat on there. No, I'm just kidding. Max, you're back. What time are your shows? Yeah, what time are your shows? You said you do them. Now you got a bunch of booksellers that might come.
Max, you ready for some DMs coming your way?
Max might be getting real quiet in a second. He's like, oh gosh, 27.
Oh, there he is on Facebook. Yeah. I mean, I might be checking him out.
He's on Instagram too. If you guys want to go follow him, _ Common Ground Finds.
That's awesome. And
if you guys ever have questions about rare books, I think that's his handle. It'll pop up if you type it in. Or Max, if you can drop the correct one. Common Ground Finds, boom, right there. Find him on Instagram. If you guys have questions about rare books, just send him a picture of the book, and he'll tell you if it's trash or if it's cash. People literally FaceTime him when they find like a collection of rare books, and he'll answer. Oh, we got Mike Kreider in this. We got a bunch of OGs in the house. For Max, what would you say revenue per labor hour is? Let's see if he answered that. That's a good question. 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, Max says he goes live on Whatnot. You don't have to be on camera on Whatnot if you're not comfortable with being on camera. Just pretty hands. Yeah. We've gathered a bunch of buyers for almost anything. Someone wants music sheets. Some asking for 80s cookbooks and everything in between. I don't pay attention per hour. I pay attention to my goal number each day. How long are you going live for each day? He said that. He says he goes 3 and 4 p.m. He probably goes live for like an hour, 3 days a week. So like 6 to 10 hours a week. And he's making 11,000 sales. That's a high per hour. What does that come out to? Let's just say he's going 10 hours a week. That's 40 hours a month.
80s cookbooks, also Fiat type. There's plenty of 80s cookbooks out there.
11,000 at 80% margin. That's 8,000 profit he's making divided by 40 hours. That's $200 per hour and Whatnot if he's doing 40 hours a month. Oh my gosh, he sold. Yeah, but Max knows rare books, so he's selling books for like 500 to 1,000.
I saw an old video. I don't know if this is Max. It was some guy saying he could basically just tell the value of a book by looking at its spine, and would say it. This was I can't remember where I saw
Max could probably do that.
Might be this guy.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
Max was on the books. Max was on books on the bookshelf, and Caleb Romer needs to reach out to Steve. Books
on the bookshelf.
Is that that's a podcast too?
Yeah,
on Whatnot, we gathered buyers for almost everything. Someone wants music sheets. Some asking for 80s cookbooks. Nice.
Sounds like a great way to monetize. Like if you're buying bulk, just a great way to get money for those.
Max is saying red on Scout IQ. So when it's not profitable on Scout IQ. Hourly net depends on who's selling. My husband insists a couple times $200 per hour selling VHS.
Yes.
The market is huge. Copiers copy, and let's run.
Someone's got to step to the front runner.
He's going to sell millions of books on Whatnot with this shirt off. Avery, anytime you want to talk about it, let's go. Let's do it, man. We could shoot videos tomorrow if you want. Tomorrow, Thursday, you're not doing a live show at 3, are you? 4 Eastern time, I'm free. Or maybe 3 Eastern time.
Whatnot is the new avenue. Be a saving grace for anybody with Section 3 that gets them in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, what I'm hearing people say about Whatnot is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. He went live for 7 hours once, so he's putting the work in. I've never done a 7-hour live.
Latest Gaylords,
yeah. Anybody who does Gaylord should be doing Whatnot. Yeah, I agree.
God, I need to get
on the bookshelf.
Need to get a warehouse space soon.
Yeah. We got Victor Calleos in here. This is a good call. What's up, guys? Resell Maven makes $70K a year on Whatnot. Yeah, selling $5 books.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, a bear did 13 hours longest stream. I was doing mystery books and needed to sell. I did $50 an hour. Wow. I feel like my mom's going to get addicted to it because she's going to start doing it soon. Just wait. When Whatnot opens to the international shipping, all hell's going to break loose.
All right, time to get in now. Or a year ago.
7 hours, $2,400.
That's
holy
great.
Shit. Max Group is paper gold and has a raid train on Whatnot today. Everyone was selling 50 to 200. Okay. Paper gold, guys. Go check it out. That's Max's group. He's teaching Whatnot in there.
How much is that? How many dollars per smile?
If someone sells a landed book for $5, £1, what is the net profit? They're paying for shipping. So like if you sell a book for $5, it's $5 in your pocket, I think. I'm not an expert on it, but I think it's $5 plus like $4 shipping or something.
Yeah, why would you want to do this then? I got boxes and boxes of books sitting in here.
Yeah, I could sell books during YouTube Live, but you guys would scan them and make sure they're profitable first. We have multiple. I don't do it myself. We have a team that does. Nice. She's tagging the team. It's about how much you value your time. It took 2 hours to package everything, and after that, 13-hour stream. But if you have a bulk operation, you can have other people do it for you.
Yeah.
And so that's Sophia's point. Like you're already – the bulk people have an upper hand here. But Max isn't doing bulk, and he's still crushing it. But Max has that niche eye. He knows what to look for. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of eBay auctions. I sell 300 books at night. eBay should have done what Whatnot does. They have, like eBay doesn't have like a live streaming.
I feel like eBay could have done so many things. They just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like they've been around for so long. They had the market share of sellers. They just sat there. Same thing happened to eBay. Yeah. I think he's right. I mean, see where Whatnot is 2-3 years from now. Or 1 year. Got a joiner here.
Well, that was a good live.
That was good. I think Max is going to get some followers. I'm going to check him out. You
got to start a little social media, man.
Yeah. Should. Start making some videos, posting some pictures. God.
Are you on Instagram much?
Nah, my personal one sometimes. I have a separate handle for some stuff, but I haven't posted on there much. But it's created.
I mean, dude, you're like a natural at making videos. So when I first started, I was a mess.
Yeah.
Go watch my first YouTube videos. I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
Fun, man. I'm just talking to you. I'm not, not really, but no, it's.
But I mean, that one video where you like broke down Keepa deals. If you guys haven't checked that out, go to my channel. Andrew breaks down like how he sources books online arbitrage. And it's a great video.
Great, man. Sit on your couch, or if you're like me, when you're supposed to be working at work, you can also do Keepa deals. I'm sure nobody's gonna see that one. So.
With that, guys, we're gonna end it. Thanks for coming on, brother.
That's huge. Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's fun. Great time. Thanks, everyone.